we are proud to be Atlanta and Georgia's largest provider of permanent housing and holistic care for low-income, homeless individuals and families impacted by HIV/AIDS. We are here today to celebrate another milestone in our agency's history, but we couldn't have reached this point without the incredible dedication and belief of so many. To our residents, thank you for your courage and your trust in us. To our staff and our volunteers, your tireless compassion is the heartbeat of our mission. And to our partners, our donors, and our community leaders, your generosity and vision have made everything possible, especially this building. And to our board members and founders and the founders family, your leadership laid the pathway we walk today. I want to thank again everyone for joining us today, and I'd like to introduce somebody you already met. Kind of the key of how all of this occurred, all of the buildings that we purchased over the last year, our president and CEO, Miriam.
Thank you, thank you. So good morning, everyone. Again, I'm so excited for you all to be here, and I'm going to bring someone up. I also wanted to do just a little bit of housekeeping. So if you get warm and need to cool off, right in building 2 to 5, there is some good air conditioning inside and also restrooms. So if you need that, please step in. I don't want anybody to pass out. We know how Georgia heat is. And then I wanted to welcome up someone who is very special to me that I met last year, Mia Allison. She is one of our residents. So. And Mia is just going to share a little bit more about her time at Status Home. And we have it here for you too, if that helps.
Okay. Okay. Greetings. My name is Mia Allison, and I'm a resident in the housing program of Status Home. It is my esteemed honor and privilege to be asked to speak today in regards to this awesome life-saving program. Prior to becoming a resident, I was in the process of purchasing a home. In the midst of all of that, my world turned upside down. I was hospitalized for 5 months, and my children were told I wasn't going to make it. They were planning a funeral, and bills didn't get paid. And finally, being there after 5 months, the doctors determined that I had had a mild stroke and I was HIV positive. I came home frail, having medical conditions that had to be dealt with in home and still having to go in for help. 3 weeks later, the marshals came and sat me and all of my stuff on the curb. This was life-changing for me because I had accumulated things. I had my catering equipment and everything. Children pictures and everything were just on the curb. I was depressed, and I really didn't want to be a burden on anybody, especially my children, because they had already been through so much. I was fortunate that there was a social worker within the church that I was attending and served in, and she got me an appointment with Jerusalem House, now Status Home. And I went to that interview not knowing, let me just take a pause and say, be careful what you do to people now, because you never will know when that circle is going to turn back around. When I went to that interview, the young lady that interviewed me was a young lady that I had hired years ago at a restaurant in Atlantic Station. At the time, she was pregnant and going to college, and she was going to quit. And I said, you can't quit because, one, you're pregnant. Now we are here, 2018. This is the young lady that came and was at Jerusalem House when I got there. Being a resident has given me safe housing and wraparound services. They helped me get myself back together spiritually, mentally, and even financially with the wraparound services. Status Home is a service that provides a lifeline for people such as myself living with a diagnosis in Metro Atlanta. Support for organizations like Status Home is very vital and assures that they can maintain and continue to heal our communities. At this time, I'm also afforded the opportunity to do something I said that I was nervous about doing, but I'm going to do it. To introduce an esteemed person, a gentleman that has proven his loyalty to the people of Atlanta. That in the person of our mayor, Mayor Andre Dinkins.
Wow. Give Mia a round of applause for sharing her testimony today. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for sharing your light with us in this moment in time. Good evening, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm still at last night. I had about 4 speeches last night. Everything is good evening. So good morning, everybody. It's good to see all y'all. We're still at morning time. Thank you all for being here. I'm just so excited about this project. Before I go any further, I have to acknowledge all the incredible people who have made these 18 homes possible. Dedicated partners at Status Home, and President and CEO Miriam Phillips. I just really adore you and thank you and your team. Give them some love, a round of applause. Awesome. Been a friend from the beginning. And then also, Deborah Lunnon, our commissioner of the City of Atlanta's Department of Grants and Community Development. Give her some love and her team. They have to make these things happen. And of course, all of our federal and local partners and state partners that have made these things come to life. The Community Foundation of Greater Atlanta, the Toll Foundation, Councilmember Bakhtiari, and Commissioner Messiah from DeKalb County, the AEC Trust, the Trammell Foundation, the William. Are you going to name all these people? Or you are? Because I'm naming them, but I want you to name them, because I'm probably stealing your thunder. You know, but it's so many that really have helped to make this happen. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who has also contributed to the $26 million capital campaign that we have here at Status Home. Give yourselves a round of applause if you put up some money. It don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So you gotta put in on this, so this capital campaign. Thank you for that. You just got that joke? Okay. Yeah, because all of your investment in this project is an investment in a healthier Atlanta, and this goal that I have of making sure that Atlanta is a city of opportunity for all. And we're really, really grateful for your support. Let me start by saying that housing and health are connected. And it's really deeply connected. When people don't have a safe place to live, it's harder to get better, to get well, to stay well, or even to imagine a brighter future for them and their families. And that's especially true for our neighbors who are affected by HIV and AIDS. These folks also deserve housing that supports, not undermines, their health. That's something that Status Home founder Evelyn Ullman she deeply believed in, and I'm proud of this project and everything that we do that honors her extraordinary legacy. And I see her family members are here today. We know that housing is fundamental to a person's way of life, and that's why in Atlanta we've made affordable housing a top priority. My administration has set a bold goal of 20,000 units of affordable housing by 2030, and today I'm proud to say that we've already delivered nearly 7,000 units, and we have 4,645 units funded or under construction right now, so around 11,000 units funded or under construction or built. So we got families living in these houses already, and we're getting there, and we're doing it together. Our Housing Help Center is up and running, and it offers real-time walk-in access to services and help for people that need it or that can't find housing. And our work to support Atlanta's HOPWA program, that's Housing Opportunities for People with AIDS program, federal program. This has a focus on making the process faster, more transparent, and more responsive to the needs of the organizations like Status Home. When I first came in, one of the first meetings that we had was these organizations were getting paid too slow. and we jumped right at it. Deborah Lennon and her team has made it almost that issue has totally gone away. So now everybody's getting taken care of, and so we can serve these people better by serving the organizations better. And so Status Home, for decades now, for 30 years of service, you've been a lifeline to so many residents, first as Jerusalem House, as we all know, and now under this new name and renewed mission. In 2023, I stood with many of you to celebrate a major milestone, which was the ribbon cutting of the first property that Status Home had acquired at 647 Lawton Street. And today we stand in this right here, where this vision is coming true for this property that we have here. And these properties were helped by securing $18 million and launching a program that has brought us to this point today. So I say that Atlanta is a group project. Housing is definitely showing that it is a group project. It takes a lot of us, community members, organizations, to pull these things off. So thank you for staying committed to this work, and thank you for showing up for Atlanta. And now it's my privilege to introduce someone who is a fierce supporter of housing and an advocate for getting the job done in these spaces. I bring up Atlanta City Council member Liliana Bakhtiari.
I don't know, that was like a drop in altitude. I'll just go ahead and do this. Hi, y'all. My name is Liliana Bakhtiari. I'm the council member for District 5, which you are currently in. Ms. Mia, I'm your representative. And before we go today, I want to make sure you have my information so we can figure out how to best help you. And that's my amazing constituent services director right there, Patrick, who I also, before I get into it, want to thank, because he was the one that took on this project of getting Dixie renamed to Ullman. So I just want to applaud someone who's been with me for many years, which is a task in itself. So thank you. I mean, you keep thanking me for being here. The honor is truly mine. My first experience, I started working with Jerusalem House way back, and now Status Homes way back when. I was working with unsheltered youth in the city, many of whom were testing positive for HIV and AIDS without knowing, before the state recognized that the HIV and AIDS as a full-blown pandemic in our state. And so and we've made strides since then, truly. But I was working with kids that had been dropped off at highway exits once their parents found out that they were gay and were testing positive. The work that y'all have done, I mean, absolutely life-saving. I was somebody that experienced housing instability for many years when I first came to Atlanta. I had friends that did. I worked with people that were HIV positive that couldn't get housing because we have draconian laws on our state books about still penalizing or trying to punish people with federal offenses simply for having HIV and AIDS. So the work that you are doing, I mean, not just providing the housing, but the education, the humanization of a disease that really is not something to be afraid of. And I say that as someone whose best friend died at the age of 27 from Burkitt's lymphoma because he did not know he was HIV positive. And for those of you who don't know, that is a cancer that is contracted from people who are tested positive and are not getting treatment. And he also came from a family of Jehovah's Witnesses. If you are a Jehovah's Witness, no offense, but you know, it was difficult for him to discuss with his family. And agencies like yours take away that stigma. So it's saving lives on a multitude of levels. And this mayor, yes, is absolutely doing more for affordability than any other administration that's come before him. Arguably, I would say combined. And we know he has to be aggressive, not just because of a federal crisis, not just because of a housing crisis, but because we had past leadership that gutted our affordable housing market. He won't say that, but I will. And he's having to make up for that lost time as well. And the city, just so y'all know, projects like yours, we're leading the country. People are coming to this administration to find out how we're doing it because we're leading the nation in how to get this done. And I know you said 1 to 4 minutes, and I don't know how long I've been up here, but I will say this. It's an honor to rename this street away from, whenever we can reclaim our history away from Confederate history. Well, not forgetting, but being able to reclaim that name for Evelyn Ullman, given everything that she has done to now, this legacy is hers. And that is an amazing thing to think about, the ripple effects, and as the mayor says, a group project. And so it is my honor as somebody, I will say that this district, I think, has probably seen the most permanent support of it. I don't want to say that. It's a lot. But this is probably the 6th or 7th we've celebrated since I've taken office, and that's 3.5 years. And that's because of this administration and partners like the people in this room. And because of people like Miss Mia, who's coming here to tell her story today. So it is an honor and a privilege to be able to be the representative for this district. To work with people like Deborah Lonan, to work with the folks in this room, with Miriam, with the people on her team, and the folks that made this happen, with people like my team, and this mayor. And just thank you for doing life-saving work in a time where we don't know what is going to even be happening a week from now, let alone a year from now, and this housing that you are providing in the face of so many federal cuts, and with the price of living going up, and with the stigmatization of people that are experiencing homelessness, and the stigmatization of people who are experiencing health issues because they're living a medical bill away from the street. Thank you for reminding us again that we do not ask for these things. It is the hand that we are dealt, and when a community looks out for each other, it comes back tenfold. So thank you so much. Oh. Let me not hand back the microphone. I'm used to being pulled away from me. I want my great honor to introduce our Commissioner, Nicole Messiah, who I have had the honor of starting to work with now that she's elected, and it has been already a privilege. And I promise I'm not following you. We're just being invited to all the same events. So without further ado, Commissioner Messiah.
Of course, I don't mind us being at all of the same events. You know, I'm in great company every time that we are. So, you know, I had the honor and pleasure, again, of being your DeKalb County District 3 County Commissioner. And proudly, I'm an Atlanta DeKalb County citizen as well. You know, I believe wholeheartedly that we can do more together than we can ever do apart. So it has been my commitment, even before I was elected, to ensure that I make sure there's a relationship that continues to thrive and grow between Atlanta and DeKalb, that we can share resources and serve our constituents collectively. So with that, again, it's a reminder today of what is possible when we lead with empathy and invest in people who especially face circumstances that only those of us could imagine. And we've had some circumstances. You heard Councilwoman Liliana Batarari share just, you know, we don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Did a good job, right? On that pronunciation, wasn't half bad, right? There you go. What Status Home is building here is more than a shelter. You all know that, of course. It is safety. It is dignity. It is quiet power of being seen, valued, and being supported. This work changes lives, not only in theory, but in real time for real families. To everyone who had a hand in bringing this vision to life, thank you. Again, this is DeKalb County as well as City of Atlanta, and we need it very much so. Again, you've shown us what partnership, care, and commitment can truly look like. DeKalb County stands firmly with anyone working to uplift lives and restore stability. Your mission is our mission. We are proud to be in this work alongside you. And to Evelyn Ullman, whose name we lift up today, your legacy continues through every single door that opens up, every family that finds their footing in this home, and to every single neighbor who reminds us that they still matter. May we all be bold enough to follow that example. I want to also thank my Chief of Staff, Ms. LaShawn Atwaters. She's amazing. LaShawn Atwaters is amazing. She has been pivotal in making sure that I can do this work out of the gate. So similar to Councilwoman Liliana Batarari, Councilperson Liliana Batarari, please reach out to us. We are here to help as well. And now I'd like to welcome Ms. Miriam Phillips, President and CEO of Status, to the podium. And I want to thank you so much for allowing me to be here and join you all today. Thank you.
see if I can get this resituated. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to flip through because I did not memorize anything I'm going to say. So if we don't get here, then. Awesome. So I do want to say again, I feel like I've already welcomed you all a few times, but good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so excited to see so many of my friends and co-conspirators here. This is fun. So today is an extraordinary day. So today we stand on Ullman Court, on the ground that was once known as Dixie Street. And we're celebrating more than the opening of a building. We're celebrating transformation. Transformation of place, of purpose, and of lives. It is my honor to welcome you to the ribbon cutting of the Halcyon at Ullman Court. This is the final jewel, for now, in our housing portfolio, and a bold declaration of what is possible when community, compassion, and conviction come together. Named in honor of our founder, Evelyn Ullman, this property represents a full circle moment for Status Home. What began as a response to a crisis has grown into something powerful today. With more than 250 supportive housing units across Atlanta, we stand together to say housing is healthcare and everyone deserves the dignity of home. This moment would not be possible with so many of you. The City of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens, and City Council members in the Department of Grants and Community Development, Commissioner Lennon and Deputy Commissioner Barnes, you stood by us, and we turned a crisis into capacity. Thank you. Yes. To Councilmember Bakhtiari and also to Patrick Husbands, thank you for your support in the process to change the Dixie Street name, for your commitment and representation. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you to the Community Foundation, Sarah Kirsch and Matthew Todd, for your commitment, to the Toll Foundation and Gabby Shealy, to the AEC Trust, the Trammell Foundation, the William Joseph Foundation, and to a special thank you to Senator Warnock and Senator Ossoff, who supported a congressionally directed spending award for this project as well. And to our partners, the Reinvestment Fund, ANDP, Randy Luffman and Austin and Bird, Pro Bono Partnership and Holland and Knight. We are here because of all of you. And of course, to our phenomenal board of directors, thank you for your unwavering support, for your financial support, and for your expertise. I've had people ask me, how long have you been a developer? And I'm like, so I'm not, right? But I really have the board that is a dream team that bring their own expertise and leverage it. And so we've all come together and have made this a reality. And I feel like I should get an honorary real estate license at the end of this because I feel like I am a developer now. So I also would like to acknowledge the folks who helped make this facility possible: Vandermeer Management, Legacy Contracting, Pimsler Haas Architects, and also Schroeder and Associates, who's been in the trenches with us together for many weeks on the campaign. Thank you for helping us transform this space into a home. And really, to everyone here today, thank you for believing in the vision. Thank you for reminding us daily what matters, and that's also to our staff and just to everyone here. As we cut the ribbon today, we also celebrate the success of our $26.5 million campaign, which has made these renovations and new developments possible. I'm thrilled to share that we are now less than $75,000 away from reaching our goal. And that success is not just a number. The success in our goal is an opportunity to move even more people from instability to stability and from surviving to thriving. So I love words, and I named this property. And I chose the word halcyon because it means a time of peace and prosperity. And that is what we envision for every person who will call this place home. And that's the legacy that we're building together. Thank you for being here. Thank you for standing with us. And now let's cut this ribbon and welcome a new chapter for the Halcyon at Ullman Court. So thank you all. All right, so we did want to welcome the Ullman family to the podium. Just really briefly, if Joe can join me as well. Sorry, we're almost there. So the Ullman family, any representatives that are here for Evelyn Ullman. So we wanted you all to have something, just on behalf of Status Home, we wanted to present this with you, just so that you'd have something so you would know how grateful we are for Evelyn's vision and the work to create the movement today. So thank you all so much for that. And that is a copy of the ordinance that was done and also the street name that we are presenting to you. So thank you all.
Thank you.
And I would love for the mayor, Councilmember Bakhtiari, and board members to join us as well for a photo. So if we get everyone up here. Yeah, come on. Yeah, we're going to do the photo up here. And then we're cutting the ribbon, I swear. We're going to do the picture first. Good. We've got some board members coming up.
Everybody?
Yes.
All right.
Everyone good?
iPhones, cell phones, y'all got it too?
All right. Awesome. I think you all can hear me. So, Renee, are you back there? Yes. We have a gift for all of you to remember today, and this is a historic moment. If you want to hand those out, Renee, and then we're going to do our ribbon cutting, or you can grab one at the end if you want to bring it over. This is for our board members and for our mayor. We want you to have one, Councilmember Bakhtiari. So just a representation, just to always remember all the work. Yes, yes.
Here, let's put one more down there.
And now, we are ready to cut the ribbon. Renee? Mayor? All right, so. The ribbon cutting is going to be right behind you. So we're going to assemble. So we'd love for board members, everybody who took a part of this, as the mayor said, it's a group project. So let's get the whole group up here to help us cut this ribbon.
I think she's putting everybody here.
Where's it going to be?
I don't know. Marion?
I cannot wait.
Which way would you like everybody to face?
Don't
This
care.
way?
Yeah.
We're going to be.
Yes. We're going to line up all right here. And then where's the sacrament?
In front of the crowd as soon as we get them assembled. So it's right there.
So we're going to stand right in front of it.
Can you come forward and stand for the ribbon cutting? Yeah.
Oh, are we facing this way? Okay.
Let's not stand in the ant bed.
You have to get out.
Just gotta. Yes, I'm very good at that part, I think.
We're going to be right here. You all get back here.
We can all assemble. We just want to go over here.
Okay. I know. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, let's see.
We might have to ask you guys to back up a little bit.
These are the biggest scissors. I've probably done 500 ribbon cuttings or so.
I told her big scissors and she delivered. Tell Renee something.
Okay.
On it.
So,
That's some stuff, man.
that looks good. If I can get you guys to just come in a little bit. Come in this way. You can stay where you are, y'all too. That's good. Yeah, 'cause I got that nice and tight. That's nice. Come in for me over here just a little bit. Yep. There you go. Good. All right. So what we're gonna Yep. All right, so what we're going to do is have some big smiles. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm going to stand up on this. Okay. All right. So we all going to have big smiles. And then on the count of 3, we're going to see if the mayor can get through that whole big old thing right there and cut the ribbon. Okay? All right, so right now, just big smiles, please. All right, hold on. Okay. Excuse me, your camera's in the shot.
Not a
All right.
pressure window.
All right, here we go, ready? On the count of 3, Mayor.
Y'all just look ahead.
It's on you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
These are super scissors.
Mr. Mayor, you're supposed to say with you.
All right, let's go. Let's get it done. This is great. Thank y'all. Awesome.
Thank you all. We are opening up the 2 to 5. There's tours, there's food in there if you all want to visit.
Thank you for watching ANF Plus.